Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Now, the Seiva Village Council has launched a series of initiatives to encourage some positive reinforcement in order to create a support system for change. And this morning, we're joined by the president of the Seiva Village Council, Mr. Colin Selvon, who will tell us a bit more about these initiatives. Colin, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Great to be here.
Now, let's jump right in. The Seiva Village Council. Tell us about the council, but more so, tell us about the importance of the council to the community.
Well, the Seiva Village Council has been reputed to be one of the oldest functioning councils. Our community center is reputed to be the first community center built in the country. We are still doing some research to confirm that. But of course, we consider the council an integral part of the community, and the work that we are doing and the work and the vision that we have as a council, we believe is extremely important to fashioning a model type approach to community development. Our vision statement, if I may read it very quickly, is that to transform and improve the quality of life of the members of the community in partnership with other organizations through volunteerism and the provision of organized community programs, activities, and associated outreach programs.
Yeah.
Yes?
Now, Colin, like many other communities, we have been seeing an increase, I want to say, in terms of crime and violence in the community, right? What are some of the initiatives that the council is doing to target specifically the crime and violence that's been taking place?
Well, from the very inception of the existence of our council, we have a number of initiatives, but more importantly, our initiatives are data-driven, so that we would have been able to collect data from the community. I have an executive of very educated, young, vibrant, not so young people who are working extremely hard to make our vision possible. Right. So they taught me, the young people, Google Forms. I didn't know. I am an analog type. So we used the Google Form, and we actually got data from the community that would have driven the way we, of course, put our resources and our efforts. So that using the information, using the data, we would have begun a number of initiatives in our education program. We've sent a number of people to do CXC because we found that there were a number of people in the community who wanted to continue studies based on the data we got. So we were able to get them to register. We were able to get a number of people to do the barbering program at YTEP and the hairdressing courses. We have at present a YTEP program for 20 people. That is supposed to start in a couple of weeks' time. Right. We still are short of perhaps 4 or 5 people, so I can use this platform to ask the community, the greater Marcus community. So if you're interested, it is a course in electrical installation, very interesting course. So that these are some of the initiatives that we have had relative to the issue of dealing with unemployment and getting the young people activated in the community.
Yeah. I also understand there's a homework center, is it?
Yes, we would have, through United Nations Development Program, about 10 years ago, we would have applied for and gotten a grant of, I believe, $85,000 from UNDP through the efforts of my father, who was a past Village Council president, so it's in the blood.
Of course.
And yes, we would have set up a homework center that we ran quite successfully for about 10 years. A lot of young people would have passed through the homework center, and which would have assisted very greatly in them achieving their academic objectives. Unfortunately, through the community center being in a dilapidated state, we had to move. We now at the Marcus Parish Hall. But certainly we are now, together with Asha Abrahams, who grew up in our community, and her Beauty with a Purpose, we are creating our own safe space initiative. We are working to get the homework center back into the community, and we should be having a massive launch, I believe, on the 14th of June, relative to reopening our homework center in La Seiva for the children of La Seiva.
Yeah, and also tagging onto that as well, another project I understand you're working on. Is it a cricket match that's supposed to be happening soon?
No, we actually have a cricket competition going on presently. The theme, well, everything that we do in our village council has some achievable objective. It is not simply cricket for cricket's sake. So the theme of our cricket, basing on the issue of crime, as we spoke of, is cricket without boundaries, communities without borderlines. So that we have a cricket competition involving 10 teams from the entire Maracas Valley, from Luengo all the way to Labaja, Akono, Warata, so that the intention is to create and foster the idea of a borderless, safe space community in the entire valley.
Yeah.
And it's being run quite successfully. We have about 200 plus people. It's on our basketball court. But one of our bigger objectives, apart from the borderline issues and the issue of crime, is economic activity. Because the very cricket that we have entrepreneurs and young people, businesses, people selling food. And we are on match day 7, I believe, tonight,
Right.
LT Coach, and we have the police with a team in the competition. That was deliberate. So we have the St. Joseph Police police station, I think together with Marcus Police Station, we have a police team in the competition, and we hope to do some stuff with them. Yeah, but the economic activity is also one of the important things that we saw. So we have, I assume, based on our anecdotal information, perhaps $40,000 to $50,000 bouncing around in the community for the last 2 weeks, where people are, the vendors, people are buying and selling stuff. And that was one of the objectives in which we had, and it's been quite successful relative to economic activity, generating economic activity in the community.
Yeah. Colin, I also have to ask, so what I'm hearing is that there's a thrust or a drive to have the whole of Maracas Valley come together, where people are we're no longer in these pockets doing different things, but you want to bring us together.
We want to make the valley a
borderless
safe space.
Yes, a safe space, right. But how else can you see that sort of community togetherness happening? So you have the cricket competition that's going on now, but what else will it take to really bring one Maracas Valley, one safe space, bring it back to where it used to be?
Well, we have linkages with all of the village councils in the community. We have in Luengo, June Espinoza doing a fantastic job up there. We have the Maracas Village Council, Wharf Street Village Council, St. Joseph Village Council. We believe that to fix the country, I really think that we have to do it one community at a time. So that if we fix all the communities, we effectively fix the country. So we understand that the community is a microcosm of what exists in the country. So that is why we take a broad-based approach relative to dealing with education, crime, employment, all of the things that affects the country generally. We try to do it as a village council. So the programs we set is to create employment. We had a health fair that was quite successful in the early part of the year. The ministry indicated that it was one of the most well-attended health fairs that they had, in fact, done. And we intend to do another one.
Colin, so I have a question as well. How soon do you see these initiatives creating change? Because it's good. I think there are a lot of communities in TNT. They have a lot of activities going on. I like that you said that it was a deliberate point to bring the police service, because we know as well some of the communities have the police youth clubs, and that's fine. But how soon can you see that change starting to happen in Maracas Valley?
Well, I would say that the change has already started. And we hope that the initiatives that we have embarked upon will continue to generate change. Unfortunately, we have a lot of crime and a lot of the news in the papers, and it's not good. What you're not hearing is any news about crime in the Maracas Valley. We were not immune to crime and gang violence and the infusion of
there were some reports.
In the past. And even though we are not out of the woods yet, the initiatives, this very cricket is one of the things that would have created that atmosphere of unity and bringing the community together. And we do believe that with the education initiatives that we have, the YTEP programs, we have a sort of from take the horse to the water, if we can. So we get the young people out. We have a welfare clinic coming up where we are going to have the people do their passports, do their ID cards, do their driver's permit, right? And we are not only going to have you do the driver's permit. We recognize that there are a lot of people who are not doing their license, the young people, because they are failing the regulations, because they cannot read.
Literacy
so we are literally going to have classes with them relative to the regulations, apart from getting them onto the system so that they can have their ID card. And this is the thing that we need to do. There's a large disconnect between what the government is offering and what the people can access. And we see ourselves as a conduit to make that happen.
Yeah. Now, Colin, quickly before you go, because we're almost out of time, but quickly, using sports to drive that change. Do you also see, for example, football maybe coming in the community as well?
Well, the councillor, Colin Selvon, would have had a village competition for quite some time now. I do believe that is continuing, very similar to what we do with the cricket, all of the villages coming together to play the competition. And of course, it is for the very same objective, bringing the communities together, creating harmony, and having the community involved in organized activities, having the young people busy, as it were. Yes.
Well, Colin, we thank you so much for coming in. I love the initiatives I'm hearing. I'm also waiting to see more change as well, as everybody will be. But let me thank you so much for what the council is doing. And all the best with the cricket competition.
Great. And we hope that you all can come and
maybe do some
of the games. Cover some of the games for
We'll see what we can do. Thank you so much, Colin.
Thanks a lot for
And of course, that was Colin Selvon, the president of the Seiva Village Council, just sharing a bit about the initiatives that are taking place within the community to engender that positive change. You're on the Now Morning Show, but stay with us because up next we have Shamla with Unique, Not Different. Stay with us.